OK, Bridget, what's your choice?
Babies. All right. All right, calm down.
Yeah, the Kardashians have babies, you know. You didn't mind those going in the room.
Well, OK, so obviously they're very cute. If they weren't cute, the human race would have died out a long time ago because early humans would have gone, OK, I've done 3 days now, I'm out. That's enough. I just think they're overrated. I think that they contribute the least to society, but they are the most worshipped and revered people on Earth.
After the Kardashians.
They create chaos. If you replaced any of us with a baby, there would be chaos. Or a pilot, or a bus driver, or...
You can't argue with that. Either. It is the first round, and I want to find out what is winding up Davina McCall.
Women who tell other women about their terrible births. I'm already annoyed.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, when I was pregnant, and especially with my first child, and I didn't know about this condition that happens, that other women have the need to tell you. But when I was obviously pregnant, and it wouldn't necessarily even just be friends of mine, it could be complete strangers in a supermarket, out on the street, and they'd come up and go, oh, you're pregnant, can I? Lovely. Oh, so sweet. When are you due? About 4 weeks. Amazing. I had a terrible birth. It was terrible. I split from here to here, and my waters broke in Sainsbury's, and everybody saw, and then they had forceps, and...
Oh, man.
I just think, look, I've had my babies. The shop's shut. I'm not going to have any more. Like, I'm over. Tell me. Tell me now. I'm ready. Don't tell the pregnant ladies. I'll listen. I've got a good ear for that.
I think it's like getting drunk, though. You can't remember how bad the hangover was. My partner said to me, no matter how much pain I'm in and how much I beg for it, do not let me have an epidural under any circumstance. Even, she said, if I'm screaming at you, I want an epidural, I need you to say no, because I don't want... And I said, OK. She said, you promised me? I said, I promise. So we got there, she was in labour, in quite a bit of pain, and she said to me, I want an epidural, now! And the thought of saying... If you think back... I think we agreed. The thought of that never crossed my mind for 1 second. Right, what's Russell's choice?
Grumpy kids. Exactly, right? I was in a restaurant the other day and I heard a child say, oh, Wagamama again. I used to lose my mind when I went to a harvester. Lose my mind. Go into school the next day, salad bar, amazing. Like, I had an Italian dish called a lasagna. I've got everything. They're whining. They've got wheels in their shoes. iPads. Sky Plus. If you'd have shown me Sky Plus when I was 10, I'd have thought you were a wizard. Like that, talking telly. And, like, could have been so much worse to just... Every kid I seem to do, like, I'm talking about 10-year-olds, just whining, tubby messes. And... it just does my head in. But it could have been worse. Could have grown up in the 80s, where, you know, the telly was awash with offenders, and, it was, And, like, think of the hours we played the recorder. The hours we did that. Have we ever needed it? And I've never been at a party, and I know what this needs. Girls in the corner. Do you know Little Donkey? You know I do.
We have a picture of you when you were, I think, 12-year-old.
Oh, really?
Russell.
OK. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Happy child. Well, I haven't seen that for a long time. I look a bit like Harry Potter's German pen pal. Who would have thought that when I sat for that picture, it would end up on telly and people would just be like...
I know. Yeah, just
smile. What's the worst that could happen? All right.
When I was at school, the big game for us was a thing called pile-ups, where one kid lay on the floor and 50 kids lay on top. You'd be on the bottom thinking, shouldn't my ribcage be inside my blazer? I feel a bit sorry for kids now, though. I live in quite a sort of a posh bit of London, and I think the kids there just don't get enough sugar. You know, they ask for a cornetto, they get a little box of raisins. That's not parenting.
Well, exactly. I remember, like, remember Angel Delight now? There's a pudding.
Yes.
One bite of that, you know, I'm going on the roof! My sister, it's one of the greatest moments in the Howard family. My sister's eating Angel Delight. She goes, Dad, what's Angel Delight made of? And my dad just went, dead angels. That's parenting. Me and my brother are like, this is the best day ever.
So what kind of people wind up Miles' Jupp?
Well, the people that deserve to go in room 101 are parents who allow their children to climb up slides. This child is climbing up the slide. This is not the way that things are supposed to happen. This child, who may or may not be enjoying themselves, is ruining this child's life. I don't know which sort of thing George Orwell was concerned about when he came up with the idea, but this child belongs in some sort of eternal damnation.
Are you against wheelchair ramps on the same basis?
No, they're clearly a very sensible idea, Frank. I know you were saying before the programme started in Makeup, you were going on about how you thought those people had it too easy. But you'll remember I tried to talk you down from that position.
Yes. So you were indeed the voice of reason, I think it's fair to say.
If you don't sort of follow the sort of conventions and systems that we have in society, you don't really deserve to be part of society.
I used to love climbing up slides.
Right, well, you're a danger and a menace.
That's all about what kids do, isn't it? It's about the kids then having a fight, who's going to get up or who's going to get down.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah, no, sorry, yeah. If what you sort of get high on is forcing children to fight and wrestle, I can appreciate this is the sort of thing that you ought to encourage, but...
So, what's winding up Lucy Porter?
Child actors. In most industries, I'm against child labour because of the indignity that the children suffer. In terms of show business, I'm against it because of the indignity that we suffer. There's just something about it that makes my flesh creep about children, because children are meant to be bad actors. And you don't want to see that on screen. Like, I've never seen a good... I don't want to single any out, but all of them are terrible.
Right.
And
Is this because you're 4'11", you're sitting at home thinking, I could play that part?
I think so. Would you know, because in the olden days, do you remember the film Grease, right?
Yes.
Because in Grease, all the teenagers were at least 40. Like, they all had crow's feet, beer bellies...
I think in the 50s, though, I think teenagers were about 40.
Yeah.
It's a new phenomenon, youth.
It is, and I don't need to see it on television.